During a combat on the 15th of March 1942, 7 Hurricanes and 4 Spitfires, from 126 and 185 squadrons respectively, intercepted a single Junkers Ju-88 and 12 Messerschmitt Bf 109s east of Malta. The leader of the Malta Hurricanes, who remains anonymous due to the atrocious handwritten combat report, was flying with Pilot Officer Coffin, a native of Los Angeles, who had joined up to fight with the British. He was among a small group of Americans who were to help the Allies defend Fortress Malta from the Axis threat between 1940 and 1943. The combat report reads as follows. I was leading the Malta Hurricane Wing at approximately 17,000 feet to the east by northeast of the island in a northerly course when I saw a Ju-88 on my starboard beam flying southwest about 4,000 feet below. Warning the Spitfires above and behind to keep a good lookout for fighters, I led the Hurricanes in a diving attack from quarter ahead. There were 3 aircraft in my section and 4 more to starboard and slightly astern. The 3 of us all opened fire, and I observed strikes from my HE cannon shells on the Ju-88 starboard wing. The EA immediately jettisoned his bombs into the sea. We turned, still in Vic formation, and delivered another attack from astern on this bomber, which was now diving to the southeast. Me-109s, of which I had seen at least 12 west, far away, then took a hand in the proceedings, and we broke off the attack and reformed. Whilst reforming, I noticed what at first I took to be a hurricane join up in formation on my number 3's port side. Suddenly I realized it was a Me-109, and I pulled up into a steep left-hand climbing turn to attack, but this 109 dived away. Owing to this and the close proximity of other 109s, the formation became split up. I then saw this Ju-88 again, some distance to the southeast and faintly now. I saw 2 or 3 fighters in its proximity astern of it, which I took to be Hurricanes, so I dived to attack it again. As I came into astern, suddenly one of the Hurricanes pulled up and across my brows, and I clearly saw the black crosses on its wings. I immediately went into a very steep left-hand turn and succeeded in turning inside the Me-109 and fired a good burst in and saw strikes on the fuselage. Then suddenly, the whole tail unit fell off. The remainder of the aircraft then shot straight upwards. I could not watch it as I saw Tracer coming uncomfortably close and continued my steep turn and finally got a bead on a second 109. I continued firing but only fired about 5 or 6 rounds from each cannon when they stopped, whereupon I zigzagged down to water level and headed all out for the island. 3 Me-109s chased me for a while, then disappeared, and I returned to base and landed. I learned afterwards that my number 2, Pilot Officer Coffin, had been not far away and trying to join up with me the whole time. He saw the tail unit of my Me-109 hit the sea. A considerable amount of ammunition was expended by the enemy in our direction, but except for 2 small holes in my starboard wing caused by shrapnel from these self-destroying cannon shells, neither Coffin nor I were hit. I estimate the range at which I opened fire on the Me-109 to be between 80 and 100 yards, and on the Ju-88 from 200 yards, closing to about 80 yards. All our aircraft returned safely. The engagement with the 109s took place east of the island and at about 4,000 feet. Note: many of the 109s had yellow leading noses and red spinners. Please like the video to help it spread to more people, and let me know in the comments if you were able to read the signature on the original combat report. For more authentic wartime combat reports, please subscribe to the channel and watch the next video on screen right now. You can also find exclusive combat reports and collections on the website dogfightdebrief.com.